Okay, so how do I create 25 to 30 pieces of email, different type of emails that I could send out daily for my email list? So essentially, I usually spend just about an hour or so a month to create all those emails, and I'm gonna show you how. Now, I am using AI. I am not delegating to someone to create the emails for me, so it's not an email agency. I'm doing my own emails, and I'm not fully letting AI create the emails because I want it to be coming from me, not AI. But I do tell the AI the pretty much the idea, and it kind of creates the email for me. But I'm gonna show you exactly what I do, so you can kind of get the idea of what I'm doing. But this is pretty much how we produce at least one daily email and for the entire month with less than an hour of work. So this is the workflow. Very simple stuff, right? It's idea, AI, CRM. So I have the idea from like, so just around that month, right? That I already send out a bunch of emails that month. I'm like writing things down on my phone in my notes sections. I just have like bullet points or like literally sometimes just one word. And that one word reminds me of like the idea of the email, right? So when it's time to me sit down and create the emails, I just open up my notes and I do one idea at a time, right? Then I give those ideas to AI to help me write the email. Once the email is created, I'll upload that to a Monday CRM, and then one of our VAs schedules them out for the rest of the month. So that's pretty much the flow of it, right? Now, how do I create the email? So essentially, now I'm using here ChatGPT, but you can use Claude as well. But I'm using ChatGPT because it's the most common one. Everybody has ChatGPT. Not everybody has Claude, but I actually recommend Claude be better because it's way better at writing than ChatGPT. But whatever, But I'm using ChatGPT now. I have a project called Emails, right? So you have a project called Emails, and what you do is download pretty much a bunch of different templates from emails that people you respect. Let's say like the Homozis, the Grant Cardones, the Russell Brunson, or anybody that you're subscribed to the emails. You could copy their templates, essentially the way they do their emails, right? And then you tell the AI, hey, I'm gonna give you ideas and I want you to create the same format as these emails. As you can see, some of my emails here, the format is like this. I like one line sentences and then bullet points if I need to, and it creates the email for me. But let's say right now, my idea is clients can't scale because they don't have enough clients essentially. So this is what I do. I literally told this to the AI. I click the record button and I say this: can't scale because you're not big enough. Nobody knows who I am. Title. One of the biggest issue in any business is acquiring clients predictably. Yes, you can rely on referrals, you can rely on word of mouth, you can rely on content, but some of those are can be extremely unpredictable. The number one way that I found out for client acquisition to be predictable has been through paid ads. Now I get it. Not everybody has the budget to spend $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day. Totally fine. But you should have the budget at least to spend 50 or $100 a day and start building that up, because there's no faster way that you can acquire clients than paid ads, especially when it becomes very predictable. When you have your KPIs, it becomes even easier to scale, because once you have your cost per book call, your cost to acquire, your closing rate, and your show up rate, you know what you need to do in order to get to certain revenue numbers. So if you haven't gotten into the paid ads yet and you still figure out how to scale your business, you need to figure out your client acquisition problem. And once you do, I'm telling you, your business will start to finally scale, right? So I kind of just say that was kind of the idea of the email, that pretty much that paid ads is the best way to scale your client acquisition system. Then I click send, right? And then the AI will create me a clean version of what I just said right now. Something I could just rant for like 2 minutes and the AI will kind of clean it up for me, right? So boom, it already cleaned up for me. Now I always have this stay focused hobby. So like I always have like a little like thing at the end. But this is pretty much what I do. There's literally what I do. I just talk to the AI. Sometimes it could be too long. So I will say, can you make this a little bit shorter? Right? Because maybe it's too long. Maybe I just, I spoke for too long, and I told it to make it a little bit shorter, and it will do his job. Boom, there you go, boom, email done, and then I just click copy. I upload it to my CRM, and then somebody schedules it. Simple as that. Let me do another one. Let's say Okay, you finally got your ads working, your funnel working, but you're still not making money. Sometimes entrepreneurs blame the leads or the lead quality, but in reality, it is the funnel and the sales process or the sales cycle that you currently have. One of the biggest bottlenecks of our clients is actually sales, because we could actually implement all the techy stuff when it comes to ads. Like when it comes to marketing and running ads, it's all click here, click there, click here, download this, turn this off, turn this on, scale this. It's very things that you could do the same thing as we're coaching you. But sales is something that you have to do a bunch of reps in. It's very difficult to increase your sales skills by just listening to a bunch of coaching calls, reading a bunch of books, and getting some sales training. The best way you can increase sales is do all of those, but also do reps. That is the easiest way for you to get to the next level. Because if you are getting if you are getting the leads that you do want, but they're not converting into income, that means we have a sales issue, not a marketing issue. And this is the next problem that most of our clients come across once we finally fix their client acquisitions system, is can you close the leads, right? If that's the case and this is you, this is the top three things that I recommend for you to start closing your deals. Number one, review every single sales call that you take. Sometimes by us watching the own calls, we immediately know what we could have done wrong. Second, model from somebody that's already having success in your niche. So if you don't have somebody like this, go find somebody like this. Somebody that's in your exact niche, that is really good at sales, has an over 30% closing rate, is crushing it, and learn from an individual. Third, try to consume as much content as possible, because yes, even though it's very difficult to increase your closing rate by just watching content and reading books, it's a good idea to have frameworks and certain ways of viewing sales before you jump into sales calls. This is something that's very important, that has helped me get up to a 50% closing rate in 4 years in a row. Okay, so I mean, these ideas were not as fleshed out as I wanted to be. Usually I take a little bit more detail because I want to give the problem and the solution in the bottom, but I'm just kind of giving you like an idea of what I do, right? So you can kind of get the gist of it. And then I click send, right? And then bada bing, bada boom. Ads are working. So why aren't you making money, right? So that'll be the title, and then boom, it writes the title for me, and then boom, stay focused. So easy as that. Like literally, it could take me maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes per email, if anything, right? So like this, like you can create 20 to 30 very, very easily without too much headaches. And at the end of the day, it's coming from you. Even though the AI kind of like organized it for me and made it cleaner, but it came from my words, right? Like it came from like my idea. So it's not fully like some AI slob, or it's not an agency that I hired that they just write random emails, which I'm sure I could hire somebody that could do something like this, but it's more like a personal thing. I kind of like that I'm writing my own emails, and when somebody's reading this, I'm like, I wrote that. You get me? And I have gotten a lot of people that wants to join Inner Circle. They're like, yeah, man, I was reading your emails for like 3 or 4 months before I joined. I really liked it. I'll read it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like that he's doing that. I like his framework. I like how he said that. So people still get value from it. Okay. So if you're not currently writing emails, this is the best way. I'll advise for you to do it. Me personally, if I had to write all this every single day, I would have said, fuck that. That's why I never ran an email in the last like 4 years. I just started doing this about 6 months ago because I didn't have the patience to sit down and write all those emails. But now that we have AI helping us, it's game over. And hell, if you communicate with the AI enough, you can literally say, create me a brand new unique idea based of the conversations I've had with you and the ideas that I have with you. Just give me one really good one. Don't give me more than one. So once the AI knows you well enough and knows how to communicate how you communicate, it can actually create some ideas for you. Like I've only done this like maybe like once or twice when maybe I don't have enough ideas for the month. But let's see what it says. Okay, so it's giving me the idea but not writing the email. Okay, give me a second. Let it stop. Yeah, it's just giving me the ideas. I should have said write me an email. Yeah, I said create me a brand new idea. Okay, so let's say I'm sorry, I meant to say write me a brand new email. Okay, let's let it cook. Let's see the angle that it picks. You don't have a growth problem, you have a hidden bottleneck. Let me say something that might sound counterintuitive. Most business owners don't fail because they don't. No, they fail because they're fixing the wrong thing. Yeah, that's very true. At any moment, your business has the main bottleneck quietly stopping revenue. Not five, not 10, one. That's pretty cool. You get me? Like it kind of like I'll read it through and then remove or add to parts that don't feel right, or maybe it says something that like I don't personally agree with. But yeah, this is definitely true. Like most entrepreneurs fail not because of five problems or 10 problems, but it's mainly one bottleneck. So that's a very cool idea. I didn't even think of that about that, right? So this is a very awesome way for you to use AI, dramatically increase output, and at least if you are coming up with ideas for your emails, it's coming from you and not from agency or just purely generated by AI. Okay, so that's how I create my email. I create all my emails every single month, and with about an hour of work a month.
Now, let me actually show you how you can schedule all your emails and stay organized in a dashboard, or at least that's how we do it. So the all your team members and yourself know what marketing campaigns are going out on an each daily basis. Now, if you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Clarissa. And together with Javi, I'm his partner both in life and in business. And together, we have helped over 400 credit and funding companies scale by using the same exact system that we used to scale our own company. Now, let me actually show you how we schedule all of our emails and stay organized with. All right, so let's start first with the organizational piece, right? So I have already showed you how you can batch create the emails and write them all at once. So now what he does after he's done creating them is copy and pasting them in here. So this is Monday is a project management software that you can use. You can use even something else. You can use Asana, you can use ClickUp. Hell, you could even create this on a spreadsheet. If you don't want to have an additional subscription. Monday is just a platform that I have been using for quite some time for that, for other project management as well. So this is what I am using. Now, inside here, what do we have? We have the email board. I also manage my YouTube videos in here because we send out an email for them. So that's why you can also see YouTube videos right here. So basically, here what we have is we have first emails to approve. So here's where Javi would put all the emails. So let's say that, for example, here he will put the subject of the email. Here we put the subject. Then we open right here the updates, and here we paste paste the email right here, right? Then he will select here if it's a direct CTA, if it's an informational email, if it's a YouTube or anything else, right? Now, what I did is that, for example, let's say that he picks here the date as well. So he will pick the date on when he wants it published. And then if it's a direct to CTA, we normally send it at 10 a.m. So as I put direct to CTA right here, it will automatically put here 10 a.m. So that then afterwards, my assistant, when they are scheduling all this out, they know when they're supposed to, they know the date and they know the time that I want it. For a YouTube video, so like if we switch this to be a YouTube video, then it will change the time and it will go to 12:15 because we release the YouTube videos always at 12. So I send an email 15 minutes after that, and so on and so forth, right? And then right here, this is mainly for the we use this for the YouTube videos or for the CTA. So let's say that like this is a direct to CTA to either, I don't know, join our school community, booking a call, purchasing something, like we have a direct CTA. I would put right here the link of the CTA that I want them to use in the email. And then my team knows that they're supposed to be adding like a button with the link inside. And this would be the link right here. So once Javi has copied and pasted all the emails right here, what he would do, what I do, I check them as well. So he writes them first, I proofread them just to make sure that everything makes sense. Maybe if we have something else that we were supposed to promote that day, I would change around the date. But once I approve them as well, I would just put here ready to schedule. ready to schedule. And once they're ready to schedule, then they're gonna go down here. So these ones are approved and they are ready to schedule. So as you see, now they moved down. Once they're here, then my team is gonna go on here and it's going to go to GoHighLevel to actually schedule them out. Before I actually show you how to schedule out the emails, I want to show you something else that is pretty cool. So here is where like we work on a majority of the time, where we actually write them, copy paste, and so on and so forth. But something to see it visually, we have the same boards, we have it on a monthly view. So here I'm going to be able to better see, based on the colors, like how many days a week I'm sending an email and what type of emails I'm sending out, right? So I know that like the darker pink is my YouTube videos that I created. The dark red is Javi. The green ones are direct to CTA emails, and the gray ones are regular informational emails. So like here I can easily see, okay, look, I posted all of these things on each day, how many emails, how many YouTube videos and are going out. And I can easily say like how many things are missing. So normally we like to post on YouTube, for example, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays, right? So like I know that like for next Saturday I am missing videos, right? Then I already have all the other videos scheduled out. I'm missing only the Saturday videos, and so on and so forth. So this is just a visual way for us to be able to know how many emails are going out, how many pieces of content are going out, long form content are going out, and if we're missing to create or schedule out anything like that. And then easily I can toggle back in here. And if I know that like right here there's a bunch of like emails that are off of February, that means my team hasn't scheduled them all already, right? Instead, I can see they're here, like they're already scheduled. So all of these ones are the emails that will go out this month. So it's easy for me to be able to check on my team as well. And then based on the date right here, once the date passes, then they will just go down to the email posted tab. So everything stays organized into one place only. Now let's switch to GoHighLevel and let me actually show you how you can grab an email from here and actually schedule it out. So what I'm going to do is let me see right here. So let's say that I'm gonna schedule this email right here for March 17th. So we're gonna direct ourselves to GoHighLevel. We're going to click on marketing right here, and we're gonna click on email. The first thing I would recommend you creating, which I already have, is a template. So if you go to templates right here, you can go ahead and create templates for your emails so that you can easily copy and paste and schedule them out. So as you can see here, I have a template for my newsletters and one for my YouTube videos, so to promote the YouTube videos. Inside of the template, let me just show you what we have, and it's very easy for you guys to create your own. You would just click on new, create from scratch, and then inside this is how it looks like. Okay, so this one is the template and it's something very simple. So I have like our banner with the logo on top. I have like the first line that just says, hey, contact the first name. And then I have my footer right here with the email address, the unsubscribe button, and then always a link to book a call. So to create this is very simple. This is a whole drag and drop system. So you would just drag and drop a picture. So you can drag and drop right here, click on edit, upload me from media library, and right here you can just upload the picture of your logo. Now for my specifically, what I did is like I created a picture that is like this long with the logo inside. So like this actual black is not a background from here, is an actual picture published like this. And the reason why I did this is because if you have if someone that is receiving this has their phone on either the night mode, so it's black or white, if it's on white, I only put the logo to be just a transparent blue crown. Then on the white you wouldn't really be able to see it. And then if I put the actual background on GoHighLevel to be black so that it could look just like this, the problem is when they have like a white background, it doesn't show. So what a workaround that I found, it was just create the actual banner like this with the logo. So that's what I did. what I recommend you guys doing as well, but it depends on how your guys' logo is and what colors you have. Um, let me delete this because I will not need it. And then right here, I just added a text block. So it's just literally drag and dropping a text block and then writing. To find the variable, all you have to do is click on this button right here where it says custom variables. And here you can add the variables of the client. So you can put contact and then always like make sure that you're clicking on first name instead of full name. If not, it will show literally the full name of the client. So make sure that you're doing that correctly. And then this, remember, is just a template, so you will leave it the way it is, right? So you will just leave it empty. You can add a line, which this is a divider. Where is it? Divider right here. So you drag and drop the divider. We added some links right here. So we could just click on social, and then you just add the links to your social media accounts, copyrights, and then our email address, and then I added right here a call to a link to book a call, and then the unsubscribe list, and then that's it. You will save your template and then you have it ready. Now let me show you how the one for YouTube looks like. So you can see the difference. It's fairly similar. The only difference is that we have a YouTube video, embedding instead of having just the plain text. Okay, so the YouTube video instead looks just like this. So we have again same banner, hey, contact first name, and then we have here, this is for a link of a YouTube video. So if I were to grab a link to a YouTube video, I just post it right here, and then here we show the thumbnail of the video. I have a button that says watch now, which I add again the same exact YouTube link, and then right here normally we write like a small promo, like of the YouTube, about the YouTube video to make them watch. Same footer, and that's it. So here are the two footers that we have for the email campaigns. So once you created your footers, your email templates, what you're going to do is we're going to do and create a campaign, and then we do a create a campaign from your templates, and you will pick either the one for YouTube videos or the regular email depending on what you're trying to promote. Okay, so I'm just gonna look for my template. Okay, and here we have the template just like I was showing you before. So what I'm gonna do is go back to Monday. I'm gonna grab the email that I want to post. In this case, is going to be this one right here, right? So I start first by copying the content of the actual email. I'm gonna leave the subject for afterwards, and I'll show you now why I do that. So right here we have our whole email. I normally I don't put the hey first name because we already have it in the template with the custom variable from GoHighLevel, so I don't need to do that. So right here I'm just going to paste it, and then sometimes it changes the formatting, so I just make sure to go quickly through the email and make sure that everything is still correct. And then, for example, if we want to do some formatting, we will put this bold, bold, some spaces. So just fix up the email. Okay, once I have my email formatted and everything is perfect, what I am going to do next is go and copy the subject that we want to use for this email. So I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it right here. And in a second, it will make sense why I start this way. And the reason is because now that I have this copied, this is also going to be the title that is going to show up in the campaign list inside of GoHighLevel. I can also just copy and paste it again into the subject line, right? So here I would pick who is going to be sending it to. This is optional, but I will still put it. So like, for example, I will put Javi, sender email. I will put our email. And then right here, you can choose who you want to send the email to. So you could be sending it to every single one of your contacts, or you can also go back to Go High Level and create a smart list and only send it to certain people. So, for example, for us, if it's a direct CTA, so I want them to do something like booking a call, I'm not going to be sending it to every single one of my contacts because my client who I already closed are part of that, all contacts. So I don't need them to book a call because they're already a client. So I would only send it to a smart list that I already have created, says email list. In a second, I can also show you how to create. But if it's a YouTube video where it's like a promotion, I will send it to every single one of my contacts because I want all of them to be able to watch the video and contribute to the views and the promotion of the video. So, depending on what type of campaign, what is the intent of the email, you can pick if you want to send it to a certain smart list that you previously created, if you want to send it to every single one of the contacts. You could also, choose them one by one manually. Not smart of you because it would take forever, mostly if you have a big list. Or you can also choose contacts based off of based off of their tags. So if you want to send it only, for example, to someone who, like, if I want to send it only to the client who I already closed and already graduated, right? They're all tagged as graduated clients. I can just click and select only the client who have already graduated, and let's say that the email is specifically made for them, right? So you can also do it based off of tags, or again, with the smart list or segment. So let's say that I select a smart list, which is going to be all the people who opt in into my newsletter, the people who booked for calls, so anybody who is not a client, right? I would put right here, resend the emails to unopened. So whoever did not open the email in whatever time frame I pick, it has to be minimum 12 hours. I can put more, I can put a day and a half or whatever the case may be. And then I repaste again the same headline. And sometimes I just put like RE, this. Sometimes you can also change this up to change the headline so that more people can open up the email. Once this is done, all I need right here is click, instead of send now, click on schedule so that we can schedule it out for the day, the end time that I'm supposed to. So this one, for example, was for March 17 at 3 p.m. That's military time for those who don't know. So we're going to go March 17 at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. right here. Perfect. And then we'll just double check, making sure that everything is correct. Right here, this is something else that you might want to consider if you do want or not, depending on what the purpose of the email is. So let's say that this is the smart list that you have decided to send the emails to. You can decide if you want to send them only to the people who are currently in the time in the list at the time of scheduling the email, or if you also want to include the people who may opt in the future. I normally turn it on to put the yes to include them. So whoever adds it into the email list will receive it, right? Because mostly, for example, for this email specifically, right now is February 3rd, so it's already like a month and a half from now, right? This email. So a lot of people could sign up for the email list from today to the day that it gets released. So it will be smart of me to include them as well. And then once you are done, all you will have to do is click right here on schedule, and you'll be set. This is the same exact process that my team does in order to schedule every single one of our email. So there you have it. This is exactly how we stay organized and schedule out all our email campaigns on a weekly basis. Now, since you made it this far, I want to give you a bonus and a present. Nothing in exchange. All I ask is for you to like this video and reach out to me on Instagram at cla.marrero and ask me for the email list. I want to give you a sequence of 15 emails that you can schedule for your own funding company so that you can book more appointments off of your current audience. So again, if you want to receive a 15 sequence emails that you can use to book your next sales call, all you have to do is like this video, subscribe, and message me on Instagram. I'll see you in the next video.